And we're back.
All right, here we go, guys. How to find deals, part one. Our last webinar, we really talked more about difference between wholesaling a property and flipping, and gave you just a brief overview of everything. So, this one we're going to kind of dive into. All right, you're ready to get started. You kind of have an idea about real estate, but how do we find those deals? And there is a good, huge list of how you can find a deal. So we're just going to break it down into different parts and focus on, just a few on each slide. So, all right, here we go.
Let's do it. Let's do this.
You ready for this? All right, let me get my game on. All right, here we go. First and foremost, the team. For those who are we? We like to put a face to who we are. We're not just people just sitting back. So, Sam and Sean. I'm Sam.
I'm Sean.
There I am in cartoon form.
Our anime versions.
Yeah, there we are. So if we were doing a cartoon series, this might be the next webinar series.
Somebody make that a thing.
Adventures of Sam and Sean on this real estate journey. All right. There's that guy. Dead point. That's exactly what we look at. I know. We look pretty good as cartoons. All right. So anyways, that's a team. There we are. Yep. Basically a team of people come from different, backgrounds, joined together here to do this whole real estate things. All right. First and foremost, where to look?
Just got about 5. You can use bird dogs, business cards. You can network. You have signs and Craigslist.
All right.
Some of the best places to go to find some deals.
Awesome.
So first off, we have bird dogs.
And there we go. We are hiring an army of bird dogs, and they all are going to look just like that. All right. What is a bird dog, Sean?
Bird dog, pretty simple. Bird dog is anything, any person really that can speak English or whatever you speak. If you're looking for bird dogs, basically you'll be teaching them how to get started in real estate. Or if you want to get started in real estate, you're going to be what is referred to as a bird dog. Now, the bird dog is you basically go out and try to look for properties that you think are vacant, need a lot of work. You don't really know a whole bunch of real estate, but you can tell that down your street there's that one house that needs a lot of work. Well, you're going to take that information, basically the address, if you have a phone number of that person, even better, to a person who purchases properties, a realtor, an investor, anything like that. And you're going to help them out.
All right. And then base right here. What is oh, there we go. Just kidding. How do you find these bird dogs?
To find the bird dogs, if you're looking for bird dogs, you can put ads on Craigslist. You can use social media. You can basically just ask if anybody's wanting to get into real estate. I think Craigslist might be the best way to find people because it's real simple. And if you want to be a bird dog, you can also put an ad on Craigslist saying, hey, I'm looking to get into real estate. Can I help someone out? And you will basically be this. Being a bird dog, you won't make that much, but it's mostly about the education in the beginning. But if you find a house, an investor does something with it, like if they're able to buy it, purchase it, sell it, whatever, you can get anywhere from a couple hundred to 500, maybe even more, depending on the deal.
Basically, for driving around. I think this too. How to find people looking for bird dogs? Your local RIA meeting, which is Real Estate Investors Association. Google that. We'll talk about it a little bit later, but. You basically just showing up to those real estate and just talking to investors and saying, hey, where are you looking? You think, can I help you find deals? I don't, it's win-win for everybody. So,
yeah, if you're looking to be in anything in particular, you have to surround yourself around like-minded individuals.
Yes. So, all right, how much does it cost? We'll talk about if you are the bird dog, how much does it cost?
If you are the bird dog, it costs you probably gas because you'll be driving around looking at stuff like that. I mean, you don't have to do anything specific. You're just getting some information and give it to someone and let them deal with it. Now, if you are the person that's looking for bird dogs, again, maybe a Craigslist ad, something here and there, because you're dealing with education. You're educating an individual to help you find the deals that you need.
Yeah.
And it's real simple, real easy, and the best way to start in real estate.
Yeah, definite win-win. So awesome. Bye, little bird dog. All right.
Next, our business
Business cards. Quick
Gotta have a
plug
business card.
too. As far as finding leads, these aren't necessarily like a direct way to find leads, but this is a direct way to stay in contact with others who will find you leads, and to build your, your rapport, and to build your business. So real quick, we'll mention this too. The first thing that we're talking about is the logo. You have to be able to brand yourself, and I know you probably hear it in marketing and business. You want to make sure that you can brand yourself. So just really spend a few minutes sitting back and thinking about who you are, what colors represent your business, what you want to market yourself as, maybe a design. So I'm about to list a couple ways to actually go into logos. I'll cover real quick. So Elance. This is just an online forum where a bunch of freelancers are sitting there looking for jobs, and where people can post jobs for freelancers.
My personal favorite.
Yeah, you basically post a job. I need a logo. This is pretty much what I did with mine. If you can see over there, is that I want to have a heart in it. Like, that was my big thing. I wanted to just say I heart houses with a heart in it, and then basically you post that you need $50. Maybe your colors. They'll come in contact with you, and then basically people bid for your job. So if this is a good way to set a certain amount, pay someone, easy, time is minimum, and you could have it in a couple days.
My personal favorite.
Yes. Photoshop. On the other side, I do art, and so I really do like working with. So if you're familiar with Photoshop and you are a little bit of a control freak, like I actually am, it took a lot for me to go to Elance to get my logo because I wanted to just do it myself. But it wasn't time really conscious. But if you are starting off, you already have Photoshop, or you want to pay $20 a month to get the whole set, it's a good way to do it if you're familiar with Photoshop. Word or Pages, if you have no clue what you need to do, if you have literally no money, go on to Word or Pages if you have a Mac, and pretty much just type in a font and make it cool. You can change the color. You can kind of manipulate it that way. That would probably be the fastest and easiest and cheapest way to get something to start. Not to say you can't change your logo later on, but you do really want to take time and make sure that you're doing what you think is the best way to market yourself.
In the beginning, you don't need to, but it is something you will want to think about in the future.
Right.
Okay. Now on to the business cards. You got to have business cards in some way, shape, or form, and here's a few ways to do it. My personal favorite is Vistaprint. They are very, very cost effective. They are actually really good.
Easy format.
Some people might dog them, but they have a whole bunch of pictures, different ways to choose what you want, how you want it. You can get like 50 for $20. You can get a couple of hundred for, I don't know, or 1,000. I think you can get 1,000 for a couple $100.
Yeah, super cheap.
Really cheap if you're looking to get into it. If you don't have much money. And another good way.
Moo. No, we're not talking about what a cow says,
Moo.
but Moo is basically for you fancier type. They're a really good format. If you're going in there, you want something unique. You can't tell it on the picture, but that little mini one, they have mini sizes, different textures. They have lugs, different, grades. And so it's a really good one to get fancy, unique cards. It is a little bit more pricier. So
that's kind of for the higher end clientele.
Yeah, maybe if you're talking to a banker trying to get private money, that might be little.
In the future, when you get more into it, you're going to want a couple of different business cards. You're going to want the ones that you just hand out to everybody, and then you want the really nice ones that you hand out to the really important clientele.
Fancy folk.
And you can do them from home. If you got some cardstock, simple printer paper. Taking action is way better than doing nothing. Don't say, I couldn't do it, I don't have money. Do something. Right?
Yeah.
Write on a piece of paper, cut it out. I would be impressed with someone who's like, I didn't have any money, but this is what I did.
This is my name. Yes.
That's the person I want to deal with.
Awesome. Yeah, and quick note about that home too. Avery.com. Go on there. They have templates. It's super easy. I don't really like going into Word and trying to figure out the template and cutting it and getting the diameters. I think I just made that. Whatever. Anyways, diameter is a thing. Just check your local dictionary in a year. Okay, anyways, but to go Avery.com, it has templates. It's a really easy format to kind of utilize. It's already there. It's easy. Just mess with one card and it puts it on all of them.
I think all you need is a printer and cardstock.
Yep, that's it.
And then be able to
maybe
cut
ink.
them out.
Probably ink would be. Yeah.
Hopefully there's ink in your printer. Or you can go to a local printer. The benefit of that is that it's helping out your local economy by going to a local printer. And on top of that, they're usually more willing to do certain things than a company like Vistaprint might do. They'll be able to help you out, maybe take a little less upfront. I mean, it's good to work with your local businesses.
Yes, awesome. All right, and there's your business cards for you. Next up, networking, networking, networking. I can't imply how important it is to see people like those people right there. Networking this is what I'm most passionate about, and what I really feel is a necessity in this business, any industry or business that you're starting off.
You can't thrive without networking.
All right, what is networking? What am I talking about, Sean?
If you're going to networking, what you're doing is you're basically letting everybody know who you are and what you do. You go up to anybody in a coffee shop. It could be as blunt as, "Hey, I buy houses. Are you looking to sell your house? Do you know anybody who's looking to sell your house?"
And here you go. Here's my card. Those business cards we talked about previously. That's where these come into play.
You'd be surprised what happens. And don't fear rejection. Stuff happens all the time. It's nothing personal. Just go on about your day. You got what you need to do. Just do it.
Yes. So who do we need to talk to about real estate?
Anybody and everybody. You have to let everybody know who you are.
Business owners, guys walking by, everyone has a house, aside from maybe cavemen or those hippie types that are out in the woods. Everyone has a house, needs a house, needs housing, needs to rent. You have renter lists. Someone's needing to buy houses. There's investors. Business people might need to put their money somewhere.
Don't blow people off. I mean, don't assume just because they don't look like your kind of clientele that they can't help you. I mean, that's the wrong way of looking at life in general.
Yeah, look at them like you need me. I think that's the mentality that every person I talk to, you need real estate. I mean, what's something I can do? I need to buy your house. I need to sell. You need to refinance something. So, all right, why do we network?
Because you have to.
Point blank.
Specifically in real estate, it is a people business. You have to network. You have to make sure people know who you do or what you're all about. If you don't let people know, how are they supposed to help you? How are you supposed to help them? If you just do all this stuff inside your home, I mean, I can't know who you are or what you're doing. Don't expect me to know.
All right. How do we network? First, get a business card. And second, you can Google it. Google the best thing for you to do is your local real estate investor association, your RIA, your local RIA. Go to that meeting. Meetup.com is a good one. Pretty much my answer for everything. Google it and it shall come.
When it comes to networking, you don't have to specifically do it in your field or whatever you're doing. In real estate, I mean, you can learn from other business owners. I know a plumber who has shown me a few things about what he does in his business and what I can do. So, and where you want to go?
Everywhere. Coffee shops, airports, investor meeting, just
don't limit yourself.
Yeah, walking down the street, going on a run. Carry your business cards with you. All right.
Always have business cards.
Everywhere, anytime, any opportunity, any chance. Life is too short, so every person you come in contact with can be a huge tool for your real estate business. All right, signs everywhere.
Signs are my personal favorite.
Boop.
Signs are not the cheapest, but they are the best way to get the most calls, I believe.
We are talking about bandit signs, so those basically yard signs, glorified yard signs right here. You see them everywhere. We buy houses. You want to make sure about the signs to put it in your target area that you're really wanting to buy houses, or around your house. If you're just trying to drive on the side to find properties, that's kind of the area you want to put those.
Yeah. And if you go to dirtcheapsigns.com, that's the best way to go. They have templates already, and all you have to do is implement your phone number.
And they are truly cheap, unless you can find someone local. But yeah, I'm going to add a little referral section to our website here soon, so then you can just go on for everything we're talking about. You can have links to all that. All right.
Next.
All right, last but not least that we're going to cover today, Craigslist, the infamous Craigslist.
It's really, really cheap.
It's free. It's cheap. Go on there. Don't limit yourself. Go on, post something about real estate for sale. Post something about housing wanted. You'll find buyers and sellers both equally that way, which are both important. So cheap, easy way. And then right here, basically this is kind of just a quick graph about our leads. So you can see here, the time is in the dark gray on the left of each one. The time that it takes just on a basic graph of everything. And then on the right is going to be the leads that it produced and the cost. So obviously you can see networking and signs are the biggest. And signs, gives you a little bit more, but a little more expensive. Networking, any day, all day. These are just, once again, everyone's different. So these are a rough estimate of kind of what we got going, what
It might be
general
different for
idea.
your market, but it's basically that's how it is.
So, conclusion, we just told you all these leads, where to go, all this stuff.
What do
so
we do now?
What now? Thank you, Jackie Chan. What now? What do we do with all this? He's confused. Even Jackie Chan
is. It basically depends on what your situation is. If you don't have a lot of money, well, then you have to do the few things. You can still print off some business cards. You can still bird dog if you don't have a lot of money. If you got money, I definitely do signs. So you'll get the phone ringing, then you kind of go from there.
Yeah.
But it depends on what your situation is.
Yeah.
They all work.
What your situation is. All right. So stay tuned for part 2. We're wrapping it up, but there's so many to cover. We couldn't cover in this one, but there's plenty to go. Next one's going to have some good, juicy information for you. So stay tuned. Mr. Bean, he's so excited. That guy is waiting. Ready. Awesome. All right.
See you next time, guys.
Thanks, guys.